How's it going, everyone? It is Drago. So we're back talking about the second half of the first season of Eden Zero. I'm not going to go super in-depth about talking about it, but I'm going to talk about things that I liked and just things that stood out to me throughout the 13 episodes I watched, because I think the first half I covered episode 1 through 12, so this is 13 through 25. So spoilers for the first season of Eden Zero. This set of episodes picks up with them going after Hermit, and they have to eventually go into a video game to go pull out Hermit's psyche, which is actually quite hilarious because I started watching these episodes a few days ago, which was kind of right after I saw that Sword Art Online movie. So it's like them going into a video game and they're like, oh, if you die in the game, you die in real life. And I'm like, I wonder where I've seen this before. When they first go into the video game, I thought it was really fun, Shiki, messing with his avatar. Same thing with, Weiss and Rebecca, and Homura didn't really mess with hers. At the end, it was kind of revealed that someone was impersonating her. But my goodness, Hermit's origin is freaking sad. Basically, being used to make a massive death weapon and then being tortured and taken apart. Really, really messed up story for Hermit, and I feel bad. But Hermit as a character, I quite like her. I think once Shiki and all them kind of talk sense into her, I think she's kind of a fun little bright character. She reminds me a little bit of Wendy, being the youngest character almost of the group. So we're gonna skip ahead a little bit, and we're gonna go to the Coliseum that they were fighting at to learn where Valkyrie is. I really did like a few of the fights. Weiss's fight. I know he didn't, when I say fights, most of these ended in one shots, but I like that, Rebecca beforehand was can I use a weapon? And then that would be happy. And Weiss is yeah, I want to use a weapon. And then it's Pino, and he just uses the EMP. He's yep, that's my weapon. His fight wasn't anything spectacular, but I just loved the little line with him holding Pino and being yep, this was my weapon. Homura versus Valkyrie, or the Valkyrie fake robot, was pretty good as well, and I liked her being pissed that this is a fake version of Valkyrie, but it's little does she know of what's to come. Now this would be revealed later, but when they're fighting all these people in the Coliseum to learn about where Valkyrie is, it's revealed when Rebecca later fights Nino. Those fights were actually predicting who they were going to fight when they were going to go get Valkyrie. AKA Shiki fights an iron guy, Weiss fights someone that's really fast, Rebecca fights someone to where the happy bullets can't go through the shield, so she has to beat them with a kick. Homura is being more of, this is the last time she's going to see Valkyrie. When Rebecca pointed that out, I'm oh my goodness, they were showing who they were going to fight in the future. I'm that's crazy. Oh my goodness, it blew my freaking mind. This whole Valkyrie arc, the episodes before this, Hermit's backstory was really sad, and there were some more darker themes compared to Fairy Tail and stuff, but my goodness, this arc with Valkyrie was really, really messed up at times, and a few times I'm whoa, that is really dark. Mainly getting into themes of slavery and people abusing each other in ways I probably can't say on YouTube, mostly involving women and stuff, and I'm oh my, wow, we're really going there. We're gonna kind of go back, because I kind of skipped ahead to Rebecca versus Nino, but we're gonna go back a little bit. Obviously, when they get to Sunjul, they are looking for Valkyrie, and they do eventually find her, and she's dead, and that completely breaks Homura. And I love the lines that Shiki and Rebecca say to her to try and help her out of it, and I think Shiki's lines are really, really good about friend, where your friends will help you out. But I liked Rebecca's about because she was saying, I need to tell my teacher something. Her saying that, just tell her. She's right there, even though it's her dead body. Just tell her. So kind of continuing on a little bit, you get the introduction of Arsenal, and I really liked it. I thought that suit was fun. I liked that it was a secret identity for a cast member of the Eden Zero. That they do an attack named after Metallicana, basically Gajil's dragon from Fairy Tail. I was like, oh dude, they're doing Metallicana, that's cool. When the suit runs out, it makes him naked. And it also incorporates Gray's stripping habit from Fairy Tail. But yeah, like Weiss trying to keep the secret identity of Arsenal, like, you don't know who I am, and everyone's like, it's you, Weiss. And also just like him changing the suit on the fly, like very much Iron Man-esque, like the nano suit from like Infinity War and Endgame. Like, the more I see Weiss in fights, the more I'm like, this guy's dope. The next major fight that I quite liked was Rebecca versus Nino. I mean, it's not much fight. It's more or less them talking, and that's where you get the whole Coliseum setup thing. I do like the anime will save the universe and them saying the manga was better. I thought that was kind of quite fun, and them saying like, no, Eden Zero, the show is better. Those kind of fourth wall breaking stuff aside, even though it was really fun, I really did enjoy that. The fact that this is the battle that Rebecca unlocks Leaper because she's like going back in time and like kind of getting deja vu. She basically kind of becomes like the Flash in this fight because she can like run super duper fast, and I think her getting Leaper is freaking dope. And I like that she's like bragging herself up to everyone like, I have a ether gear now too, and I'm gonna call it Leaper, which I flippin' love Rebecca. She's so cute. Hopefully Nino shows up in the future because I quite liked him. I thought it was fun to always talk about like animes and crap. Going on to the final kind of major fight out of these block of episodes, and that's Shiki destroying like the mech that's got Homura's mom in it, and him destroying it with those freaking missiles and like amping up the gravity because of those missiles and the force. Dude, I was like, that was dope. Shiki legit went big brain mode and like used their own attack against them, because I thought he was just gonna lead the missiles into her and cause her to blow up her own self, but no, like he just uses the freaking gravity from the missiles and the force to just like crush that thing. Like, I like Fairy Tail and stuff, I love all the characters in there, but my goodness, like Shiki is a different level of like main character. He's not like being stupid or stuff. I love him always wanting to be friends with people, and he's actually like legit growing so much as a character, and he's very inventive at times. Like the missile thing is so inventive, which my goodness, Homura's mom, gosh, her story ends very darkly. Basically her being put into slavery. I will say the moment with her meeting Homura again, she is very much not having her as a mom, and that scene is pretty intense. So to wrap up things I kind of wanted to talk about, when they get back on the ship, you know, all of them are basically crying that Valkyrie is dead. But I do love the moment of Homura being like, okay, I'm going to step up. I'm going to be the next Valkyrie. And the rest of the Eden Zero team just trying to come up with like, do we call you Valkyrie? Do we call you Valkyrie Jr.? Like, do they start like combining the names together, and then finally they're like, we'll just call you Homura. But like, I just love the scene with everyone trying to like spitball names of what to call her. But my goodness, at the end of this batch of episodes, I'm like, oh my goodness, there is some dark themes going on here. But I think even with the more mature tone we're going here, I do love the Eden Zero team so much. I think their characters are very well crafted. Like, I like to see what Shiki's always doing. I like to see what Rebecca's always doing. And like, I think the fights are really inventive at times. Like, I love seeing Shiki's fights. So I have no idea when the second season comes out, but I'm very excited. So yeah, what did you guys think of the first season of Eden Zero? Write it in the comments below. Very excited to see where we go from here. Thanks for watching, and this is Drago, signing out.